Hey everyone, how's it going? I figured as the summer movie season comes to a conclusion, and the fall movie season will start with It Chapter 2, which is something I really look forward to when that time comes. But in the meantime, I figured one particular film that I figured that I wanted to discuss, and I guess uh, bring about my thoughts on it, is the movie Overcomer, which is of course one of those faith-based movies which became popular because of the movie War Room from 4 years ago. But the differences between War Room and Overcomer, whereas War Room was more about I guess finding you know one's power and prayer and stuff like that. This one's kind of like finding one's identity through faith, I guess, and that's the difference behind it. And of course, in this particular film, high, high, high school basketball coach John Harrison, played by Kendrick, who also starred in War Room, and of course the other favorite, Courageous, has this dream of bringing his team to the high school basketball championship, which unfortunately those dreams get dashed when the factory plant, near the Brookshire High School where he teaches, ends up downsizing and closing, which causes a lot of the families who work there to relocate many of his players, for better job opportunities, and that includes taking some of his, team, players, from it as well. So he ends up being forced to, coach cross country, which is something he was kind of opposed because at first because it wasn't like, he didn't consider himself like a runner and things like that, but he kind of reluctantly does so. And of course, the only person that signs up for the cross country team is, a girl named Hannah Scott who has asthma and of course has had uh, a history of kleptomania. But of course, the two of them develop like a bond of sorts, and he helps her out. And of course, John also kind of, you know, struggles a little bit in his marriage, to his wife Amy, and tries to, I guess, rediscover himself, I guess, and his faith as well, while trying to be a coach and a mentor of sorts to Hannah. And of course, the film also goes into Hannah's backstory, who was raised by her grandmother when, her parents, you know, were under the impression that they passed away and things like that. But of course, one day John ends up going into the hospital to visit a friend, and of course he accidentally, meets a man named Thomas who lost his sight due to diabetes, and the two of them kind of reconnect and I guess discover, I guess their connection through faith and things like that. I would say, I mean, the film itself, not as bad as I thought it was, but not as good as I thought it was going to be, because one, the film kind of starts off pretty good in the beginning, and then it kind of slows a little bit in the middle part of it, which is where the film I felt kind of to lose steam in that, because I kind of felt like, in my personal opinion, it kind of was like a little like too preachy, which I know can happen with these faith based movies. But then of course it kind of picks up, towards the third act of the movie and all. So I would have to say War Room kind of told a much better story, and I guess I kind of related to that particular film because, like I said, it had a more interesting characters that were, I would say, more relatable, if that's the best way it's, to give my analysis and interpretation of it. So I mean, I guess for those that like faith movies, this is something to check out. But you know, it's like a hit or a miss for me. So that's pretty much it. What I have to say about this film. Okay, everyone. Thanks again.